I'll just do a quick sound check. I'm gonna do a sound check with this. Oh, you want to change? Never mind. No, even better. Even better. Look, you're gonna go right into the top. The car's coming out from the top speaker. The Death Star. The Death Star. All right. Apologies, everybody. You all set?
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over and sit.
Sure. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Jane.
My name is Jane Quigley. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm going to sing a little song for you today. This is a song by one of my favorite artists, singer-songwriter who goes by Miss Ezra Furman. And I hope you enjoy it.
Who is it, Jane? I couldn't hear it.
Miss Ezra Furman.
Ezra Furman, thank you.
To use a public bathroom mirror to cut your hair.
bowls, I don't even know what to call ourselves. I don't know, Silver Cup Collaborative or something? Silver Cup Collaborative.
There you go.
Alright, let me see. Bear with me 1 second. Are we gonna plug the ears for a second? And you're gonna do it again in another second. Ready, go.
Anyone want to do this for me? I'm not doing it. Alright. Well, anyway,
We're at our Saturday right now. And, you know. You get in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. See, I get by with a little help from my friends. Do you see that? Do you see that? All right, our centering words. So let's take a moment and center ourselves in this sacred space as we embrace the energy of courage, creativity, and generosity around us. Dave read a lovely poem and just amazing song. It was a lot of fun. So let's breathe in unity and exhale any distractions, focusing on the here and now. Envision our connections as threads in tapestry, each of us a unique strand, integral to the beauty of the whole. Feel the strength and vibrancy of our community woven together in this moment. So I'm going to tap the bowl first, and I'm going to read a few words, and then we'll go into silence, and I'll tap the bowl after. So let me just read a few words here. As the resonant sound of the bowl gently brings us back, let it symbolize our return from individual reflection to our collective presence. In this space of clarity and peace, let us now have a moment of centering. Thank you. You guys sound good for us singing. Let's do our offering for today. Today's offering is from the New Hampshire Center for Justice and Equity, focused on New Hampshire's communities of color and similarly marginalized communities, and is an authority on issues of equity and racial and economic justice, so that all people can belong and be productive members of our communities. Time out. Not done yet. Just joking. You may donate using any major credit, debit card on our website at the link provided. You do not need to have a PayPal account to donate on the website. You may also mail a check to UUManchester, at 669 Union Street, Manchester, New Hampshire, 03104. Please write plate offering in the memo line. So there's plenty of time for more joys and sorrows. Feel free to come on up and fill some out. Now, next is on the list. Who's next? Drum roll. Louis Lance. Look at that. You both look at. See how I timed that?
First off, I came unprepared.
Go to the microphone.
What else are you going to?
Oh, look, he spilled my name right. I'm impressed. But again, I came unprepared. I did not know the homework assignment. So I quickly came up with just a quick little quote having to do with our opening song. And it's a quote from C.S. Lewis regarding friendship. Friendship is unnecessary. Like philosophy, like art, it has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that give value to survival.
Wow.
Thank you, Louis. Jackie Spinard. Oh, there she is.
We should actually, hold on one second.
I don't want to mess up the computer. I'll just hold it over here.
No, time out for 1 second. So you can, people having trouble seeing Travis because the laptop's in the way and you realize that right now. Yes.
Adjust the microphone a little for me.
I know. Well, I'll stand on that after.
Okay. Okay, so. Good morning. Good morning. Community, can you hear me? Most famously. Okay. So I'm Jackie Spinard, and I wanted to tell you how I seem to be around books a lot. I taught kids how to read, and I worked in the Dairy Library, and I've been a book lover for years. And sometimes I like books that are picture books, which I don't know how many of you read picture books, but they can be inspiring. So I came across this one, and I thought it was at a good time of our year to read this one. And if you like it or want to see it, I got it at the Manchester Library. They have 2 copies, and the name is What Can a Citizen Do? By Dave Eggers and Sean Harris. And I'm going to shorten the notes because it's kind of long.
Can we share the book on camera with the? You know what I'm saying, Travis? Or just hold it up?
Oh, you mean to hold it up?
That's gotta be too complex. It's a work in progress. Never mind. My bad.
Okay, so what can a citizen do? Actually, this could be for children because it's directed to them too. What in the world can a citizen do? Who can a citizen be? A citizen is just like you. A citizen can plant a tree. A citizen can help a neighbor. A citizen can join a cause. A citizen can write a letter. A citizen can help change laws. A citizen can right a wrong. A citizen can turn things around. A citizen can get things right side that have been upside down. A citizen should be engaged. A citizen should care and care. A citizen should build things, say things. A citizen's not what you are, a citizen is what you do. A citizen cannot forget the world is more than you. We're part of a society, one full of joy and pain, a land of latticed people, none of them the same. There's 2 faces here the same, though I just want to show the kids so cute. It's a nice little pig. help just one. Help one lonely soul. We open doors, we bring in light, we bind us all and make us whole. So forget yourself a second. Grab a shovel or a pen. Do something for another. Don't you dare doubt that you can. Everything makes an impact on a bigger big than you. And it all starts with the question, what can a citizen do? So, I belong to the Social Responsibility Committee, and I'm inviting you to take a chance sometimes at one of our monthly meetings to sit in on it, to see what it's like, because we've got a lot to do. Thank you.
All right. Bob Bacchus.
You wanna stand on the real higher podium?
Let's do it. Just like the politician on the stump. You okay, Bill? You're okay to put right there and move on?
Reminds me of Mike Dukakis, who always needed a hoops to get himself up. He was a pretty short guy. My name is Bob Bacchus, and what I have to say has been well introduced by Dave Utility and then Jackie Spinard. When I told Jefferson I'd be willing to participate, he suggested talk about democracy. So this isn't going to be probably as entertaining as most folks have to say, but maybe some information that will be kind of helpful to you. Of course, we have to start by remembering that, as somebody already mentioned, our fifth principle calls on us to use the democratic process for our own governance and society at large. So this is well within the principles that we espouse and advance. So what is democracy, and why is it so important to all of us? First of all, democracy is not only the right to vote, it's far more than that. And in fact, nowhere in the Constitution as adopted or with the Bill of Rights is the right to vote even mentioned. That does not get included until the adoption of the 13th Amendment after the Civil War, when the Congress decided we had to mention that to prevent the newly freedmen from being limited in their voting. It didn't really work very well for a long time. Now, lots of autocracies have referendum-type votes, but are not democracies. We all remember the fraudulent votes in the Soviet Union, and now in many other countries. Hungary comes to mind, but many, many others around the world. And democracy requires many things, not just voting. It requires a free and independent press, an independent judiciary, and the right to speak freely about the things that matter to you. And this is pretty basic, of course, but why is it important? Because the alternative to democracy is that the people are not sovereign. And without it, although dictators frequently claim to represent the people all by themselves, that's something to be aware of. And it is necessary to have what Lincoln told us we need, government by, for, and of the people. And today in our country, as we are all saying, democracy as a meaningful government principle is more in peril than any time since our founding. I truly believe that. Even in the midst of the dreadful Civil War, despite many strains, the nation re-elected a president with a free and fair election. That was really amazing, wasn't it, at that time? We did have some erosion of freedoms in the Civil War, but they were temporary. We continued on with the national election. So why is democracy under such dire shape now? The obvious answer is Trumpism. But I would argue that in many ways, democracy was beginning to erode in this country even before Trump came down that escalator in 2015. For a long time in this country, the executive power has been expanded at the loss of power in the legislative branch, which is the more representative branch. For Congress, for example, you probably all know this, is explicitly granted many powers. One is the power to declare war. Do you know the last time Congress exercise his power? Yes. December 8th, 1941, the date that would live in infamy. Not the date that would live in infamy, the date that would live in infamy. And we've been at peace since the end of World War II? Hardly. We've had one darn war after another. Congress didn't declare war on any of those occasions. Now the executive does it on his, or maybe someday her own, on the basis of generalized authorizations to exercise force. But for sure, Trump is the most serious threat to democracy this country's ever faced. He has cheerfully said he would like to be a dictator on his first day in office for one day. I'm sure he amend that last part. Even worse, he has threatened to suspend the Constitution. He explicitly said he would suspend the Constitution to achieve his goal of maintaining power. And he's constant talk about being strong. We have to have a strong leader. It makes you think about what we call authoritarians. We call them stronger. And I thought this was very interesting. There is another equally troubling threat to our democracy that I had not personally thought about. That is our state legislatures. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, state legislatures, especially those controlled by majorities of the Republican Party. And I know there's many fine Republicans. I hope we have some here. I'm not attacking all Republicans, but these legislatures that are Republican controlled are a real problem. There's a recent book by a gentleman named David Pepper. He was a former chair of the Ohio Democratic Party, had been in office over it. And his book is entitled Laboratories of Autocracy, which is a play on Justice Louis Brandeis' famous phrase about why we're so glad we had a federal system, because the states were laboratories of democracy where ideas could be tried out, and then if they work, they could be advanced to the federal level. So there's that aspect. Now we have laboratories of autocracy. Why? Because it's the state legislatures that every 10 years decide what the voting districts are going to be. And what they can do, since they're all elected in the districts they decide on, they can perpetuate their rule again and again and again by the process of gerrymandering. We're all familiar with that. It's a well-known thing, even though it was originally named for a governor of Massachusetts who first named Jerry, who first did it there. And they can ensure their own perpetual succession. So the only real contest in so many of our races is the primary. Once you win the primary and you're an incumbent, you're in. In national elections, the incumbents win over 90% of the time. Everybody has a hard time upsetting an incumbent, even though they may denounce the Congress. Most people like their own person and elect them and elect them and elect them. They use and the second thing they do is they use the false claim of voter fraud. Very rare, not non-existent, but almost never has been shown to determine the outcome of an election, including, of course, the last national election. By making it hard to vote, using everything, they drastically purge the polls. If you miss 2 or 3 elections, your name's off the poll in some states. They make it harder to vote by mail. They cut down on, drop boxes. And they have techniques after techniques after technique. So there is another real threat to democracy in this country. And the sad thing is they do this largely without public scrutiny, because there's almost no coverage of the state legislatures. I remember when I was in Concord and used to go up there was a press room named for the Union Leader reporter. And there would be several reporters there from, the Telegraph, the Union Leader, AP, UPI, maybe the Concord Monitor. Almost nobody shows up anymore to cover this. Maybe Kevin Landry, an excellent reporter when it was a big vote. But that's pretty much it. So these legislatures work without press scrutiny. So we got a real problem. So what do we do? Well, Jackie said what a citizen can do and many things. And we can do a lot. We need to do a lot. We need to vote. We also do more. We need to run for office or help others to fight to get these kinds of elections. Think about being an election worker. Those people are under real stress. I know. I'm looking forward to being up a long day on a Tuesday. But think about doing that. You actually get a little money for that, but it's not good pay by any means, but it is a necessary thing. And we should keep demanding reform of our campaign finance system, which has become largely a system of legalized bribery in this country. So, I think things are under stress, and we all have our duty under our fifth principle to take action on this. So, thank you very much.
All right, is that okay? Bob, that was very powerful, thank you. And on that note, I'm voting for Republican for the first time ever on Tuesday. There's a reason for that, so, but we can talk about that after that. Mark St. Hilaire, where is Mark St. Hilaire? Is he anywhere?
Behind here.
What?
Chairman.
Okay, camera on right back here. Let's get a camera. Hold on. Watch. Not yet, Mark. Hey, Mark. Start over. Stop. We're gonna make sure you're on recorded. Sorry. See, it only sees the Christmas tree. Hold on.
Yeah, well, that's intended. Could be like a family.
Who's good at this stuff? Pam's good at this. Let's see. Here, can we see Mark? All right. Wait, hold on, Travis. Can we see him? Travis? No worries if we can't. We'll hold. Thank you.
Can get a bit tricky.
So we'll tell some jokes. But we're way over time, by the way, so bear with us.
This will be short.
There's a lot
Only
of
like 30 seconds.
things going on.
What's that?
All set. This style of service is really a work in progress, as you can see, right? Like, I honestly mentioned the gallery, I can't really do a service up here, like, there's no place to put stuff, and so that's, it's like I lost my, yeah, so it's a work in progress, it's a build. All right, but also, so I mentioned Rick Parkin, all the beautiful setup. Rick has really done a lot of custom work here at the church to help make things happen.
Want me to do one more?
Are you planning to do two or just?
Not really, I can do one, because of time.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
So, next, but I still want to mention, hey, the Christmas tree. You guys come to the, that makes it pretty good. What it does, it turns Mark into the Phantom of the Opera. I honestly thought bats were going to come out of the pipes. That'd be hilarious. All right.
They have. They have come out of the pipes.
Let's share our joy. Well, I want, what? It's, tomorrow is Barbara Nelson's birthday. Tomorrow's Barbara Nelson's birthday. send some healing energies of her.
Well, another thing